I recently updated to the Apple Watch Series 8, and today I'm going to be taking you through my experience with the Series 8 and how it compares to the Series 2. We're going to be talking about things like the screen size, the always on display, battery life, and some other things that caught my attention along the way. But first, let's unbox the Series 8. Of course, the first thing I noticed was a larger 45mm display. Now, I know it's not a huge jump from 42mm, but still, it's crazy how much of a difference a 3mm increase can make. Everything's a little bit bigger now. The UI now stretches all the way to the edge of the display. The watch faces are a little larger. Notifications are a bit bigger and more readable. And the Messages app has a full keyboard that I use to reply to messages instead of using the scribble feature on the Series 2. Which, for all you scribblers out there, the scribble feature isn't completely gone. Just swipe up from the bottom of the keyboard and scribble to your heart's content. But if you do decide to use the keyboard, I suggest using the swipe feature. Otherwise, you spend a ridiculous amount of time typing up a message, which I don't know anyone who wants to spend that much time typing up a message on their wrist. I know I don't. Another noticeable change was the always on display. So to check the time or any notification on the Series 2, I had to raise my wrist in a specific gesture or tap the screen for it to come on. Yeah, I don't have to do that with the always on display, and it's really convenient in situations like driving or typing on a keyboard. Two scenarios where I would prefer a glance rather than having to raise my wrist. And some of the animations are pretty cool too. For example, when I do raise my wrist, the text gets bold for a couple of seconds before going back to its normal size. And when I'm not looking at the watch, the screen dims a little bit so that it doesn't kill my battery. Speaking of batteries, Apple lists an 18-hour battery life on a single charge, which is enough to get you through one day. And from my experience, that seems to be pretty accurate. I've been averaging a day and a half of use before having to recharge. This includes me wearing the Series 8 to bed, much more than my Series 2, which I have to charge every night. But because I wear the watch throughout the day and night, any chance I get to charge up, I needed to charge fast. And that's where the fast charging capabilities of the Series 8 comes into play. I was able to get way better charge time than I expected, like significantly better. I ran a charge test on both watches to find out how fast each would charge from 0 to 100%. And at the end of the test, the Series 8 took 74 minutes and the Series 2 took 160 minutes. That's over 50% faster than the Series 2. I'll take that. So the next thing that caught my attention about the Series 8 was unexpected, but yet satisfying. And that is the call quality of the Series 8. Normally, I wouldn't use the watch to answer my calls, due to my experience with the Series 2. Every time I pick up a call, I would rush to find my phone to switch over the call. And that gives you an idea of how much I prefer not to use the watch for calls. The speakers were low, the voices were not as full as I would like them to be, and sometimes I had people tell me that I sounded muffled and I had to repeat myself several times. Completely different experience with the Series 8. I've had several calls on the Series 8 since I got it, and the call quality has been surprisingly pleasant. The speakers were loud, and the voices came in super clear, and the mic was solid. Most of the time, the person that I was speaking to couldn't tell the difference on whether I was speaking to them on the phone or the watch throughout the call. Now I'll have a full conversation on the watch without even thinking about grabbing my phone. I never thought I'd get to that point. Surprisingly pleasant. The last thing that I enjoy since upgrading to the Series 8 has been the sleep tracking feature. I mentioned earlier that I wear the watch when sleeping, and this is why. As someone who's been paying more attention to my sleeping habits and trying to better them, this has been a great feature to play around with and get some insights into my sleeping patterns. I am able to create schedules around my current bedtime and set a sleep goal of the amount of sleep I want to get. You also get a graphic chart that shows you how long you were in bed and how much sleep you actually got, and a breakdown on the time spent in each of the 4 sleeping stages. I think it's dope to be able to track this on my watch while I sleep. Why am I upgrading now? 2 reasons. 1, I wanted to wait until there was a significant difference between the watches so that it feels more like the upgrade. And 2, this happened. My Series 2 started freezing up and restarting at random times. Mainly when I set it on the charger, but it has happened a couple of times while I was wearing the watch. And it progressively got worse. So yeah, it was time for an upgrade. So I went with the Series 8 over the Series 7 because I got it at a discounted price because of a gift card that I had. So, I get the latest tech at a discounted price. Sounds like a really good deal to me. Alright, so that's been my experience with the Series 8 so far. I think it's worth the upgrade, but what do you think? Would you upgrade from the Series 2 to the Series 8? Or would you rather go for a Series 7? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Deuces.